Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? We back and we here starting off fresh. You know what I mean? It's the NBA playoffs. So, we getting it in. First weekend over. Um had some alright games, some really not alright games, I guess, if that's what you want to say, but it was one stunner that happened today. We'll get into that a little bit later. Just a lot of games, Sports Network. My name, Matt Knox. And you think you know sports, then come debate with me. A lot of my views not gonna be the same as yours. A lot of yours not gonna be the same as mine. But we'll see where you at on it and if you're a good debater or not. So, hey, it is what it is. But here we go. We're gonna kick off the weekend like this right here. We had the Cavaliers put BTA to the Toronto Raptors, 126-113. You had, I want to say, RJ Barrett led the Raptors, 24. Scotty Barnes had 21. Brandon Ingram had 17. Jamal Shead had 17 points, and that was not enough. You got to do better than that. Cleveland, of course, he had James go off. You had Donovan Mitchell go off. Donovan led him with 32. You had James follow up with 22. Evan Mobley with 17. See, that's how it's supposed to go. You can't, your All Stars got to show up in the playoffs if you're going to have a chance. If Toronto going to have a chance, then that means they All Stars got to show up. If they don't show up, then they out of there. BTA. Every time. BTA. Coming up next, the Timberwolves versus the Nuggets. Another BTA. It's, hey man, they're gonna have to play with Ant. They're gonna have to play with him, but also Ant not gonna be able to have 22, and the Timberwolves win. The Nuggets won 116-105. Yeah, Julius Randle had 16. Rudy Gobert had 17. Jay McDaniels had 16. Anthony Edwards had 22. And Dante, he had 12. I mean, he get paid a little bit more to make he get paid money to do a little bit more than 12 points a game. I mean, if if you're getting paid, man, then you gotta do what you're supposed to do. If you're getting paid. If you're not getting paid, then I guess 12 is cool, but Dante getting paid. So, or at least he expecting to get paid. And if you expecting to get paid, you can't be having 12 in the playoffs. It's just as simple as that. Get on me, say what you want to. Hey, whatever. Then you got Denver, you had Aaron Gordon 17. You had Joker 25, 13, 11. Jamal Murray 35 and 7. They doing what they supposed to do. The main two getting down, getting in buckets, doing what they supposed to do. That's all I can say about that. They doing what they got to do, and that's why they won. You got Joker, all three aspects of the game. He gonna get you points. He gonna rebound that thing. He gonna get you assists. Yeah, you say he might be limited on defense, but most of the time Joker winning his matchup. Most of the time he gonna have more points than his opponent. He gonna have a better over under than his opponent. So even if you're not playing defense, I think if you're doing 3 out of 4 in the 95 percentile, then you doing good. Once again, Minnesota, you got to find some way to get some more action with Anthony Edwards. You can't just be a ego 1-on-1 every day, every play, every position. It's not gonna work. So hopefully, hopefully they get it together, man. I'm an AE fan. Don't want to sound like I'm hating, but they got to get it together. Another BTA, you had the Knicks versus the Hawks. Knicks took that one 113 to 102. Whew, Atlanta. You got to do a little bit better, man. I mean, they're a young team. They're getting playoff experience, but you got to have defensive stops. In the playoffs, everybody, that's how you make the difference. If you're going to step up on the defensive end or not. If you got to get stops. Plain as day. They were scoring the ball, but you got to get stops. Yeah, CJ McCollum led the team with 26. Jalen Johnson had 23. You had Okongo, he had 19. Nickel Alexander Walker had 17. Everybody pretty much doing what they doing. Jonathan Kuminga, you play 27 minutes, you got to have more than 8 points. Simple as that. If Jonathan, you play 28 minutes, you got to have more than 8 points. No, you play 27 minutes. You had 8 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Your over under was a -7, my boy. That's what had you. That's what had Kerr had you on the bench. A Congo, you had a -12. All right, you can't have that. You playing 37 minutes. Yeah, you had 19 points, but 4 personal fouls. Come on, baby, you gotta do better than that. All right, gotta do better than that. For the Knicks do what they supposed to. The Knicks they're an underachieving team. Everybody be like, oh, they got this first win, they did this. They were supposed to. The Knicks they're supposed to be a 1-2 seed in the East. Supposed to be having one of the better records in the NBA. Instead, they don't, and they are not happy about that. I mean, you had Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson both had 25 plus. Karl Anthony Towns had 25. Jalen Brunson led the team with 28. You had Josh Hart with 11, Mikal Bridges with 11, and you had OG Anunoby with 18 points. Uh, Once again, they won game one, 113, 102. Everybody know game one, game two with the Knicks in series one is not going to be a problem. But the thing to watch with the Knicks, you got to understand, all 5 starters played 32 minutes or more, and that usually comes back to bite them in the butt, even though Tibbs is not coaching this year. So I don't know. They don't go very deep into their bench, and not a lot of their subs get minutes. So we'll see what they do for them. I mean, 30 mid 30s is better than 40, better than what they came from last year. So we'll see what they do with that. They're gonna have to play better defense themselves. If not in this round, for sure the next round, or they're gonna be bounced out too. Cause once you get that pressure on them, they start doing a little bit different. And to close the night on Saturday night, we had the Lakers in full control of the game, most of the game. To me, it wasn't BTA because the biggest the league got was like 16 points. The Lakers ended up winning by 9. The Rockets cut it down a lot. I saved it last because Bron, my guy. I'm a Bron guy. I don't care if you care or not. I'm a Bron guy, so that's just who I am. We had Lakers won 107-98. For the Rockets, you had their leading scorer was Sengun. He had 19, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 turnovers, and 5 personal fouls. He had a -2 on the night. His over under. And then you had Amin Thompson with 17. You had Reed Shepard with 17. Amin Thompson played 43 minutes. That's a lot. To Amin Thompson does a lot. He does an awful lot, and Reed Shepard did an awful lot last night. And for them to lose by 9, and you had Tyree Easton off the bench. He had 16. I don't want to forget him. He did his thing, you know what I mean? But if you got Tyree Easton scoring 16, Reed Shepard, Sean, he's scoring 17. Amin Thompson scoring 17. You get 19 from Sagoon and 16 from Jabari Smith. Those players play good. They play good. It's just one thing they did not have. They did not have that 5-star superstar to get them over the hump. They didn't have the championship blood to get them through runs or like through the phase of where we get down by 2 and we need to hit the shot to take over for that momentum. They didn't have that. You can tell that was lacking with KD not in the lineup. You can tell that was happening. But hey, they lost by 9, and the Lakers shot well. I mean, it just is what it is. The Lakers, you had Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard had a good game. Luke Kennard is a very underrated player. He led the league, I think, in 3-point percent shooting this year. If he didn't, he did for a long time this year, a very long time this year. He had 27. He went 5 for 5 for 3-point line, 4 for 6 from the free throw, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And hey, just he was. Hey, they needed a leading scorer, and it's gonna be one of them series where at least a series of 2 where they have to find somebody who's. They just got to get a leading scorer. How they get the leading scorer? Like it's gonna be Bron some nights. Other nights it's got to be somebody else until they get Austin Rivers and Luka back. It's good game 1. They can build out their momentum. You had LeBron James. He had 19 points, 8 rebounds, 13 assists, 2 steals and a block, plus 11 over under. That was awesome. You had Rui. He came through with 14 points. DeAndre Ayton, 19 points, 8 for 10, 3 for 3 the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, plus 7. That's DeAndre. That's what we need from you. They got the ball to you early. I think you went like 3 for 3, 4 for 4, something like that. That's what we need from you. That was exciting, DeAndre. You play like that, hey, we can get you that pass right to the top of the free throw line. You hit that jumper. We can get you lobs all day. It's playoff times. We're looking for you. We need you to be a big person. I'm saying we because I'm a LeBron James traveler. Don't get it mixed up. All right, I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm a LeBron James supporter. You had on their bench Jared Vanderbilt with 3. You had Laravia with 6. Jackson Hayes with 4. And Bronny got in with 4 minutes, no points, but he had good minutes. Bronny did what he was supposed to do. He had some good minutes. It's his first playoff series. Like, yeah, he getting a little minutes here and there, but he just need to come in and do what he can do in the most time that he got. So that's basically what he needs to do. Other than that, that wraps up our Saturday games. And then we'll move on to today's games. Today's games was cool. We had a surprise, ladies and gentlemen. We had a surprise, but we'll get into that. We're not going there yet. We'll go with the first game of the day to start off. We had the 76ers versus the Celtics, and the Celtics BTA that thing beginning to end. Beginning to end, they BTA that thing. I mean, they just if it's one team that looked like they were I mean, I don't know. I take that back. I was about to say if it was one team that looked like they was just BTA and everybody else, then it would be the Celtics. But, I don't know about that. I don't know about the Celtics, but while we talk about it, we'll go ahead give the people a little Celtic green. If that's what they want, the people want a little Celtic green, we'll do a little Celtic green because they won. BTA to the 76ers, 123-91. Um, yeah, they went in. They went in on them. It was downhill for the Sixers since the game popped off. Paul George, 17. Kelly Oubre Jr. had 10. You had Tyrese Maxey with 21. VJ Edgecombe with 13. Um, Fellas, y'all gonna need a little bit more than that. Y'all gonna need a whole lot more than that if you plan on winning. Cause if you plan on winning with that, it's not going to happen. I'll tell you that right now. Paul George, baby. If you still want to be relevant, if you still trying to kick it at least 3-4 more years in the league, you have to come with it. 17 not gonna get it. You shot the ball 8 times. Mm-mm. That's not gonna get it, homeboy. That's not gonna get it at all. You're gonna have to do better than that. You shoot the ball 8 times, what y'all gonna win? Nothing. Shoot the ball 8 times. Come on, Paul George. You gotta be better than that. Tyrese Maxey, baby, 8 for 20, 21 points. That ain't gonna get it for your squad, bro. In the bench, they should have put in Kyle Lowry. They could have put in Kyle Lowry for that. They should have. They should have put in Kyle Lowry. I don't know. But listen up, man. We're gonna take a little bit of break. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all Boston sacks. I almost messed up. All right, Jason Tatum, 25. You had Jaylen Brown with 26. You had Sam Hauser, 12. You had Neemias Queta, 13. Derek White, 10. You got Peyton Pritchard with 12. You got Luka Garza with 7. Everybody chipped in. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bench players with 5+ points. One of them with 10. That's 30 points from the bench. You can do something with that. Your 2 stars, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, they got you a quarter and some. That you look at 80-some points right there. Derek White did what he does. Sam Hauser chipped in 12 points. You look at the over-unders for the Celtics, and this is how you win games. Everybody does everything. This is how you win games. Jason Tatum plus 20. Sam Hauser plus 14. Neemias Queta plus 12. Derek White plus 24. Jaylen Brown plus 23. Nikola Vucevic plus 13. You got Peyton Pritchard plus 21. Jordan Walsh plus 14. I don't think they had nobody in the negative on the over-under. Nobody is in the negative. That's how you win games. That's how you win playoff games. Everybody chips in. Everybody hustles. And that's why they put that BTA to this. If the 76ers can't do no better than that, sweep, sweep, sweep. They better hope they get Joel back because it's going to be a sweep, 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 sweep. If they don't. So, hey. With that being said, man, we're going to go into a little commercial break. I see y'all soon. Peace. And we are back. I had to fix something right quick, but hey, I got it back up for us. Alrighty. Welcome back. We in the building. My name is Matt Knox, and we back from commercial break. We just got done with the Celtics versus the 76ers. We gonna move on. Next game of the day we had was the Suns versus the Thunder. And this was a game I was telling y'all about. That was like just like the Celtics, maybe for the game of the day. You know what I mean? Maybe not. I don't know. But we're gonna go Thunder Blue for them boys because they put BTA severely BTA to the Suns. Like I said, a lot of these games were not interesting at all. But hey, we still had to do them, and we did them. So we're gonna go ahead and cover 'em. You had with the Suns, you had of course Devin Booker leading them. He had 23, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 assists. No, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Devin is not gonna get it. Your assist game gotta be better, baby. He's 23 on 8 for 17 the shooting. You went 5 for 7 for the free throw line. 2 assists, 3 turnovers, 4 personal fouls. Devin, Mr. Booker, I love your game. I do. But if you want the big bucks and to be the number one option, you're going to have to perform like you're the number one option. You can't be just a predominant scorer and nothing else. You're going to have to go get the ball, bring it up, get them in the sets, distribute, score, and play defense if you want this team to win. That's what you're going to have to do. There's no other way around it. That's what you're going to have to do. If you want this team to win, that's what you're going to have to do, Devin. Simple as that. If you want them to win, that's what you're going to have to do. Because that is not going to get it. Also, somebody else going to have to help him. Dillon Brooks had 18 points. Jalen Green. You had 17 points, but you negative 19, my boy. 6 for 16. 2 for 7 for 3. 3 turnovers. 1 assist. 5 rebounds. If you play guard, you supposed to be an all-star guard in the NBA. We're going to need more than that 1 assist. Whether you playing the 1 or the 2, you supposed to be an all-star. You're supposed to have all-star potential. We're going to need more than that 1 assist. Once again, you want to win? Put some effort in. Get your teammates involved because once again, excuse me, we got another team. Celtics Thunder. The reason why they win in the playoffs is because of this right here. Leading scorer, Shea, 25 points. Jalen Williams, 22 points. Chet Holtman, 16 points, right? 3 prominent scores. You had Hartenstein, he had 8. Lou Dort, he had 8. That's not where he gets it. You look at Shea, he's what? 25, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 0 turnovers. I repeat, 0 turnovers. You look at Jalen Williams, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 turnover. Hey, get it in. You look at Shea, you say, oh, you always talk about shooting. People shoot terribly. He was 5 for 18. He shot 17 free throws, made 15. If you can get to the free throw line for Shea, you know, like Shea can, you ain't got to shoot good. Hey, don't argue with me. Argue with the league. Now, the league is soft. I'll give you that. The league is soft. But it's the league we playing in. Simple as that. The league we playing, well, they playing in. I would have never been able to play in that league. And you can say that if you want to. You can say that about me. I would have never been able to play in that league, but hey, I'm still gonna talk. But no, this is why they win, man. You had Hardenstein +7, Chet Holman +12, Shea +24, Lou +8, Lou Dort +8, Jalen Williams +22, Jalen with a Y Williams +24, 5 points off the bench, 4 steals, 2 assists. This man played 10 minutes and had more assists than both of the guards that start for the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker and Jalen. He had 2 more assists than them. Come on, man. He on the bench. He had the same amount of assists as they did. Alex Caruso +14. Isaiah Joe +12. Carson Wallace +23. Jared McCain +6. AJ Mitchell +22. 9 points. You know what I mean? This is every bench player except for Jared McCain had an assist. Every player except for Jared McCain and Chet Holman had an assist for the Thunder. That's winning basketball. That's how you win in the playoffs, and that's why they BTA the Phoenix Suns. And if the Phoenix Suns don't get it together, wipe me down, sweep. Wipe me down, sweep. It's coming. You better get it together. If you playing the Celtics, playing the Thunder, your bench better help you, and you better be efficient, or you getting BTA. It's just how it go. Just how it go. All right. Game number 3 today. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. It's gray in Detroit. It's gray in Detroit. Boy, the Magic came in there. Magic came in there and Salt Bay boys. Magic came in there and Duke real quick. 11-point victory. So I'll call it a belt to mine. That's not a belt to ass. That's a belt to the mind. Cause that's messing up their mind. Messing up their mind big time. Lost the first playing game. Terrible. Dominated Charlotte in their tournament, in their little game. And now they come in AC versus the 1 seed. Hey, Cade is back and they got beat. So that's all I'm gonna say. And we're gonna start off with the every road team lost except for this one. This is like really the only upset. So this weekend. So you had Tobias Harris for Detroit, he had 17. You had Cade Cunningham, he had 39, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. That's a good stat line, Cade. That's a great stat line, but you're going to have to do a little bit more. You're going to need a double-double. Points and assists to win in the playoffs in the NBA, you're going to need that. Your team going to need you to have that double-double. Your team going to need you to have that bad. Like, They gonna need that. Hold on right quick. Hold on. Boop. We're gonna go Magic Blue. That's a little bit different from the Thunder. We're gonna go Magic Blue with the upset because they did what they needed to do. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. K did his thing. Sir Thompson -5, baby. You're gonna have to do a little bit more. Jalen Duren, 8 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, -21. Jaden, you gonna have to do better. If y'all gonna win, if y'all gonna have that 60-game record, it don't mean nothing in the playoffs. The referee's not calling easy stuff in the playoffs. Simple as that. You're gonna have to do better. Caris LeVert, 3 points, 4 minutes. That's not his fault. Ronald Holland, Isaiah Stewart, 3 points, 2 points, 3, 6 from Dennis Jenkins. Not gonna be winning basketball. Everybody is in the negative. They got one person, 3 people that's in the positive. Everybody else in the negative. You're gonna have to do better than that, man. You're gonna have to do way better than that. I'm just saying. Because you're not gonna win no games. Now let's get up here to Orlando, the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic. I started to bet on you, but I ain't have no faith in you. I won't lie. And I should have. Because y'all starting 5 did they thing. Pablo, 23, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. He came in and led. He did what he needed to do. It could have been better. It could have been better. I won't lie to you. He gonna have to step it up a little bit more because I think Detroit gonna come back peed off. Jalen Duren, he's not gonna have 8 points. He gonna probably have 20, 10, and 5. Just to be real with you, K gonna probably be close to a triple double. You gonna have to. You play good tonight enough to get the win because Detroit, I think they slept on y'all a little bit, but you did good enough to get the dub tonight. A double-digit dub at that. Frank Wagner, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Wendell Carter Jr., 17 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Desmond Baines, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Jalen Suggs, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, plus 11. Desmond Baines was plus 17. Wendell Carter Jr. was plus 20. And Frank Wagner was plus 9. Hey. The proof is right there for you, man. You hear them stats. You see what they starting 5 did. Everybody in the starting 5 had 4 assists at least. Everybody in the starting 5 had 4 rebounds at least. They did what they needed to do to come in and win game 1. I just think they didn't mess up. They let Detroit mess up, and they just sat there and played good complimentary basketball and won. And Pablo being an all-star, being a team leader, he did what he was supposed to do. And you can't be mad about that. Interesting to see where that series goes, but hey, that's how it went. You know what I mean? In the last game of the night, we had the Spurs staying consistent, and it was 14 points, so I can say that's a BTA kind of sort of. If you watch the game, you know the Trailblazers went on a lot of runs. Won't lie to you, I'm not a Spurs fan. I'm not a Spurs fan. I really am not. I feel like if we made calls, if we called calls, Kerry to be the main call. it's a couple of people on the Spurs that wouldn't be doing what they were doing. Love Darren Fox. Not talking about him. I'm not a fan of Wemby. I feel like the NBA be giving Wemby calls and also be letting Wemby do a lot of stuff he get away with. The very first possession of the game should have been a foul. Clearly, obviously, should have been a dead ball foul. Portland ball out. Wemby with one foul in the first minute of the game. And if you see Wemby play and you like that little move he did at the middle of the key when he does a spin move and then he does a step dunk, two hands, yeah, he carried the ball. If you can cuff the ball and spin around like Michael Jackson, RIP, no disrespect, but if you can turn around and spin like Michael Jackson with the ball at 7 foot, you'd be awesome too. All right, we're gonna start here though. No hate though. Yeah, it's a little hate. I ain't gonna lie, but we're gonna start with the game. Portland, you gotta do better. Even though all I said that about Wemby, y'all, you gotta do better. Okay, you got Drew Holiday, you got some championship experience. Everybody else pretty young, but you gotta do better if you want to win and compete. Them little mistakes y'all making, y'all not gonna be able to make them and compete. I'm telling you that right now. You're not. Jeremy Grant, you get paid all-star money and you giving commentator effort. You a negative 25 on the day, sir. 5 points, 2 for 6, 1 for 3. No rebounds, no assists. That stuff right there is what get you traded or released. Yep, Robert Williams the third, not bad a game. He was actually trying. I seen him trying, and I see him improving. Because he's been up and down all year, but he did not so bad today. 17 minutes, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He was +3. That's probably one of the few positives you'll see on the Portland stat sheet because everybody paid a little trash. Scoot Henderson, he didn't play that bad. He didn't play that bad. Offensively. Defensively, Portland, the whole team were like they just running around with their heads cut off. Honestly, if you want to be real, Shaden Sharp, he did all right with his 22 minutes, but he got to shoot better. He went 4 for 13, 0 for 4 for 3. But somehow ended up with a +9, I think, from his defensive end. I think he put pressure on the ball, but we got to do better. Y'all got a task in guarding Wemby, especially if they gonna let him carry the ball 45 times a game. That being said, Wemby led the Spurs with 35. You had De'Aaron Fox with 17, Devin Vessel with 15, Stephen Castle with 17. Complete effort by the Spurs, looks like. I'm still not impressed with them because I feel like if they play, when they get somebody who got some experience in there, and eat the Nuggets the next round, because it look like Minnesota not gonna put up a fight. When they play the Nuggets, it's gonna be problems for them in these playoffs. It just is. It's gonna be a bunch of problems for them in these playoffs. You had Dylan Harper with 6. He played well in his 23 minutes. You had Luke Cornett with his 10. He played well in 14 minutes. Keldon Johnson, next round, you're not gonna be able to score 20. You're not gonna be able to play 20 minutes and only have 3 points. That's not gonna work. It's not. You had 7 rebounds. That's cool, but you're not gonna be able to play 20 minutes and have 3 points. 1 for 4 from the 3. You're gonna have to improve that when y'all play the Nuggets next round. Cause I'm saying that you playing the Nuggets next round. That's what I truly believe. I mean, that them San Antonio Lights. If you want to go San Antonio, we'll give San Antonio that background. They ain't got no great colors. They ain't got none of that. So That's what we'll give them if that's what they want. Okay, uh, simple as that. Um, yep. So San Antonio won that 111-98, and that concludes our games for this weekend. So all I can say is out of the weekend, I just wish really that sometimes the referees would allow the games to be more physical. Maybe there are a lot of games to be. I'm tired of watching superstars shoot 17 free throws a game. I need something else to be done because that's trash. I'm just gonna be real with you. That is trash. I don't like it. The reason why March Madness. Sorry about that. Is better than the NBA because the referees letting them play. Maybe they let them play a little bit too much in college, but at least they letting them play. We got that out the way. Two teams I'm most impressed by in the East. I'm impressed with the Celtics. They even though they did exactly what we knew they would do, it was still very impressive to see them come out and maintain. And also in the West, it was impressive to see the Thunder do what they did, even though they did what we knew they were going to do. Um, you got to have people who are going to contribute in every aspect of the game. If not, then hey, you're gonna be lost. All right, y'all. Once again, here go a little word from a little commercial break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about what we're gonna get into tomorrow morning. All right, give me a sec. Welcome back. And my name is Man Knox, and we back to it. You know, a lot of games, Sports Network, and show name today is You Think You Know Sports. And You Think You Know Sports, we just covered the NBA. And as you all know, this week is draft week in the NFL. And in the morning, we will be going over what some of our teams need, what some of them may think that they need, and what I expect from my team, the Dallas Cowboys, to be drafting, because I am a Cowboys fan. Just to let you know, we'll be talking about big offseason changes. We'll be talking about recent trades that just happened with the New York Jets. We'll be talking about what we look forward to for tomorrow's games in the NBA. And also, we're going to look at some of the changes in the WNBA. I'm a huge supporter of the WNBA. Been liking the WNBA for years. And yeah, we're going to see what rule changes they got. The CBA changed this offseason, so the ladies finally getting paid. Got ladies making statements saying that they the GOAT this off season. So we'll see where it's going. Also, we got the comments coming back to the H. I'm excited about that. And tomorrow morning, I think mostly we'll be talking about the Cowboys and the Texans, the two Texan teams. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I live in Houston, Texas, and I'm sure I get a lot of hate from that. And that's about it. That's it for tonight. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. If you didn't watch the live, make sure you watch it over on my YouTube, House of Knox. And I'm Matt Knox, and I'm out for tonight. All right.